her reaching out to the new audience and music. We're on rumbling on to Act 2.
Okay.
And we got 16 carriages, and we now have Texas Hold'em. All right, I am wanting to hear your opinions on the album. Were you excited to hear it? How did you enjoy it?
I was hoping people were not. I was hoping people were joking when they said that it's a possibility. And this, I think people were saying this before Act One came out, that they was like she was going to be doing a house album, and then the next one's going to be country music. And I was hoping they were lying. They weren't lying. Okay, so these two songs here, I don't. I'm not a fan of Texas Hold'em. I'm not. I don't. It's just it kind of gives me corny, and it's so bad to say. It's just like it gives me it's kind of corny to me. But I don't like the name. Like I told Therese this. I don't like the name. I feel like with the name of music, maybe I'm wrong. Of course, people see things different from me. But I feel like the name of the song, like of course the name of the song will be in there. But she never says Texas Hold'em. She says ain't no what is this? This ain't Texas, ain't no Texas, ain't no hold. No, this ain't Texas, ain't no hold 'em. And I'm just sitting there like
Can I add this
this.
part too? I just want to make sure I add this part.
Uh-huh.
Your car's down, 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 down.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm just sitting, and don't get me wrong, like I'm literally listening, waiting to hear the name of the song like in there because I think it's cute when they do that. But it's like I didn't hear that, and I'm not sure if she's trying to say Texas Hold'em. The name is Texas Hold'em, but it's letting it be known this ain't Texas, ain't no Hold'em. Like ain't no Texas Hold'em here. Maybe she's trying to get it that term or
Like more of
whatever.
a statement.
Yeah, like more of a statement that this, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And this is
so,
like gonna be
like,
the hook.
oh, yeah. So I'm like, okay, but the other song, I do like that song. It's quite nice. It's very pretty like that. It's very pretty. Like, it's more of a her type of song. You can tell that it's some of her mixed into that song. It's still Beyonce in there, but it's country and it's real nice. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be necessarily a fan of the rest of the album. I gotta see how the rest of this album gonna sound. Cause Lord Jesus, I'm scared. I'm kind of mad she moved on from the gay music to this, but house music. Excuse me, let's not say that.
I wait,
Okay, but I mean, it's obvious who it's for.
Richard.
Well, 16
Okay.
characters, Texas Hold'em. I think that the songs are decent. I didn't have a problem with the songs. I don't consider them country songs. Sorry to say, I don't.
Do you know why?
I just don't consider that country music. It doesn't sound like country music to me at all. I don't know how, what else the rest of the album is going to sound like, but I don't think it really fits the country vibe to me.
Okay, so Paul, can I ask you a question with that?
Hmm?
Do you feel like you've heard something like these on her albums before where she couldn't even call them country music?
Yeah.
Can you give me an example? I mean, name those songs.
Um, I mean, I feel like these sound like regular Beyonce songs. You know what I mean? Like, of course, like with the Texas Hold'em, that encourages more of Texas, and she's saying certain stuff like, but I don't know. It's different for me to consider it like a full country song than just the spirit of her trying to channel country. I don't know. It's just different to me.
Do you think that it might be just because you're used to her style or of a way of her attacking music that it allows you to overhear the fact that she's doing it to country?
No, I just when I think of country, I just don't get that. I just don't get that. Maybe it's just me. You
Okay.
know, like I said, I think the songs are decent. I see where she's going with it, but they don't really give me country vibes. songs.
Hmm.
It sounds like some Beyonce songs and her saying, this is my country act, part two. And everybody get ready for country music.
Okay.
And I know a lot of the country stations are having a lot of backlash with even considering the songs to be played on the radio station too. So there's a lot of backlash to it, you know.
Do you guys think so? With that being said, just to kind of brush that up, what you were talking about, what you just mentioned, Beyonce had a fan that was in a state that was not Maryland or the DMV, put it like that.
Okay.
And the person was listening to the country radio station. They called in and they requested the Beyonce song. And they ended up being told ultimately that Beyonce is not a artist that they play on their station.
Radio.
And so they continuously throughout the day got people requesting it and being told the same thing. And eventually they received so many complaints that the radio station ended up sending out a message saying that that was a generic thing that they normally do, saying that they, that they don't play a particular artist if there's someone that they don't normally play or whatever. But because the demand of her song was so high, they went ahead and got it so they could play it on the radio. And so eventually people got ultimately what they wanted. But do you guys feel like ultimately, and make sure I always throw this information in there, because I guess it's also the responsibility of your record label to make sure that the radio stations get the songs or whatnot. But I would think that as a radio station, when an artist releases a song, especially a very hot artist that can bring so many listeners and viewers onto my station, we will automatically be like, this person got a country album or a country song, let's get them on our shit. But do you guys think that to a certain extent that it was a racist play in that situation? Or was it genuinely just we don't play music by Beyonce, so we wouldn't even have it? Y'all
I
knew
think
that
I'll say racism, I would say it's just political first in the industry. You know, like it's not always pay for play for people or high demand. Sometimes you just got certain gatekeepers and you got certain ways that the industry moves where it's not even about the name of the artist or how big they are. It's just about like them moving a certain way from out of what Beyonce moves and type of thing. You know, so she should have known it was gonna be a challenge, but it's not to say that she won't get the stuff out of
it. Okay. Well, just to give my take on it, I've always known from the first time Beyonce announced that she was going to have the Renaissance album that she was going to have. I remember being initially told that it was 3 acts, but 4? Okay, so we got more than what that. So I knew it was going to be multiple acts. I knew the first one was going to be dance, and I knew the second one's going to be country. I was excited. I was excited about doing country, about her doing stepping in the country lane because that's something we never seen her do. But I knew that she could do anything with dancing. But with the dance album, I found it to be very interesting, like the whole Vogue situation, because I've seen that atmosphere of the ballroom scene and how that goes on. So I was really interested in seeing how she can do that. But she actually really did play it off. Going into the first act of Renaissance, I was not a huge fan of Break My Soul at all. Eventually, I listened to that album, and the album wasn't exactly what I expected because you and I, Rashad, we grew up on, those ballads and those fun type of songs that didn't carry that type of energy. As time went on, it grew on me, and then seeing her perform as Steve stated, it grew on me even more. So she just have a huge power in performance. Let's be very clear, and that's what really brings her music to life. And so when it came to Break My Soul, still haven't grown on to me. Let's be very clear, but a lot of other songs from that album I'm in love with, and I can't get to work some mornings without listening to them. So when it came to this Act 2 situation, I was excited to hear it because I knew, of course, again, it was coming. But I came into it with a different mindset because sometimes I don't let stuff marinate into my system in me soaked up enough for me to even say I liked it. So I make sure that I at least soak it up enough to be like, okay, yay or nay. But when I listened, I said I'm gonna listen to this song with a clear, open mind. And when I did, I was just, I love the song. I fucking love the song. It's a it's an easy, could be a good pop song easily like that. So I can see what you say that it doesn't give country. It's very catchy. It's very fun, and I love the bridge part where you could just have a freestyle, hold down dance type situation. Like it was a whole different energy spirit that I actually really love. And I can't wait to see what more of her album actually has to offer and how that experience can be pulled live for us. Seriously, I can't wait to see how that is.